Hey, are you a Euro USD trader that lacks clarity when it comes to the direction of the day or basically the daily bias? Now, by the end of this stream or live stream, you will be able to determine the direction of the day on the Euro USD all by yourself. I'm telling you, I'm going to be sharing my very own strategy, or basically, I'm going to show you exactly how you can be able to tell the direction of the day on the Euro USD all by yourself. Now, for me, the Euro USD is my pair of choice, and I've traded this particular pair for a very, very long time. And it has so many benefits. So if you're out there, especially if you're a beginner and you are looking for a pair to trade, definitely this is, I believe, the best pair that you should be trading. Now, you might be there asking yourself, why the Euro USD? Now, in my opinion, the Euro USD is one of the most stable pairs. I must say, it is actually the most stable pair. Reason being, so many transactions between the Europe area or the Europe continent and the United States of America happen every single day. There are so many transactions that happen between these two continents. So for that reason, there are so many transactions happening on a daily basis, which makes this pair the most traded pair. And so many people love trading this pair because of its stability. So it's one of those very stable pairs. So if you're looking for a pair to trade, definitely I recommend that this should be the pair that you trade as a beginner. So so we are going to be sharing the direction of the day on the Euro USD. So hope you guys are excited. In the comments, head over there and let me know exactly what you think, or basically any kinds of questions that you might be having. And in case you're new here, my name is Gani, and on the channel, what I do is basically share everything to do with the Euro USD, Forex trading, trading psychology, and so much more. So if you're out there and you lack clarity when it comes to trading, definitely this is the channel that you should always be catching. Now, on these live streams, I get onto them every Monday to Friday. That's exactly at 8:30 a.m. my local time. That's East African time. So if you're out there and maybe you do not maybe have any clarity when it comes to direction of the day, or maybe how to trade, definitely I share those all here on the channel. So thank you so much. And also remember that if you happen to get some value from this particular live stream, please like the live stream, share it with a friend or colleague that lacks clarity when it comes to direction of the day, because trust me, this will help them. This is going to help them. And in case you also do not have a strategy that you can trade, especially a profitable strategy that you can trade, definitely I'm going to be sharing my very own strategy right here on the channel. And it is a very beginner friendly kind of strategy. It's not one of those very complicated strategies that people share online or that people share on their channels. It is a very beginner friendly kind of strategy that I believe even a complete beginner, or think about your child. If you have a child and you are trying to teach them how to trade, definitely this is one of those strategies that you can straight up teach them. So so that is it right there. Now thank you to whoever is joining right now. I appreciate you taking your time and joining me every Monday to Friday as I try to share with you guys what I believe the direction of the day. Now, as a trader that has been trading for 4 years now, I'm telling you, my beginning or the start of my career in trading, it wasn't an easy one, because I would wake up on a day like this and I don't know exactly the particular direction that I would like, or the particular direction that the market is going to be going, especially when it came to the Euro USD. So how I wish I had someone like myself that would always show me exactly how to determine the direction of the day and all that, because trust me, it helps a lot, especially to the beginner traders. It really helps a lot. So it's one of those reasons I decided to start these live streams, to maybe, even if I just help one person out there, every single day, it is always my pleasure. It is always my pleasure. So that's the reason I started these live streams, to be able to share with you guys out there the direction of the day, or what I believe, or where I believe the market is going to be going on that particular day. So yeah, so basically that is it. Now, if you don't know about me, I'm someone who basically I'm a reactionary trader. I react to what price has just done. So I mark out key levels and I react to what price has done. So basically this is how I trade, but we are obviously going to be getting into detail of the particular strategy that I trade. So thank you so much to whoever is joining right now. I appreciate you taking your time and joining me every Monday to Friday as I try to share with you guys what I believe the direction of the day is going to be like on the EURUSD. So now for me, before I even get onto the charts, usually there's some kind of routine that I go through in the morning before I even get onto the chart. The number one thing I like to do is to check this website right here. Now, this is forexfactory.com, a great website when it comes to their financial calendar. So basically, they share the major news events that are going to be happening in the day. So today, which is the 24th October 2024, Thursday, what we do have right here, it is PMI. So you can see both on the euro and the United States dollar, there is going to be PMI. So we can see right here, there's a French flash manufacturing PMI, then French flash services PMI, German flash PMI, German services PMI, unemployment claims at 3:30 my local time. If you're using the New York time, that will be exactly at 8:30 a.m. New York time, and then also at 9:45 a.m. New York time, that will be the manufacturing PMI and service flash PMI. That's at 8:45. Sorry, that is at 9:45 a.m. New York time. Or if you're using my local time, which is East African time, that's exactly at 4:45 p.m. Now, you might be there wondering, why should you be concerned with this news? Or if you're asking yourself, is he someone who trades news? Personally, I do not trade news, but if I do have a trade on and this news event happens to come by, or these news events happen to come by, I like to manage my trades through these news events, because the reason you like to know, or basically the reason I check out this particular website to know exactly these red folder news events, the time they are going to be dropping, is simply because I do not want to fall prey to the market volatility that happens during these news events. So because this comes with so many disadvantages. For example, many of the brokers that we use, they tend to actually widen their spreads as these news events are dropping. So if, let's say, you're in a particular trade and it happens to go against you, let's say you predetermined, for example, myself, I only risk 10 pips. It's a mechanical stop. I always risk 10 pips on my trades. So for example, if I predetermine to, let's say, risk 10 pips, for example, and price happens to go in the negative direction, let's say it goes against me, I might end up losing more than what I earlier anticipated to risk on that particular trade. So hope you get what I'm trying to drive at there. So the reason I like to know exactly the times these news events are going to be happening is simply because I don't want to fall prey to these brokers, because as they widen their spreads, you might end up getting slipped. Maybe if I'm someone who risks 10 pips, I might end up getting slipped maybe 10 pips more, or even 15 pips more. So I don't want to have that fluctuating P&L. So I like to keep my P&L steady. So what I do, at least 5 minutes before these news events drop, or before a news event drops, 5 minutes before it does, what I like to do is to jump onto the chart and then move my stop to break even. So this is something I do. This is a practice I've done for a very long time, guys. So if you do not know exactly how to do this, all you need to do is 5 minutes before these news events drop. For example, if I have this at 10:15 a.m., so what I would do at 10 minutes past 10, I get onto the chart, move my stop to break even, then wait for the news event to happen. For example, if I do have a trade already on, so I wait for the news event to happen. If it goes my way, fine and good. If it doesn't, then obviously it will find my stop at break even. Then what I do, 10 to 15 minutes after this news event has dropped, this is when I move back my stop loss to full risk. So hope you get the idea I'm trying to communicate here. This is how I do it, and it's how I've done it for the longest time. Now, the other thing you might ask yourself, how does it get to only see the red folder news events? Now, I filtered this particular website to only share with me the red folder news events because they're the ones that are the real market movers. So that's the reason I filtered it to only show me the red folder news events, because these are the major events that will drive the market. So for you to be able to filter that out, you can come to this filter option right here. So once you click there, then for me, I selected red folder and maybe bank holidays right here. So basically, this is what I selected. So then when it comes to event types, I selected all events. Then currencies, I selected euro and the United States dollar. Then I applied effect right here. So this is what you'll do to be able to, only and only see the red folder news events in the market. So basically, this is it right here when it comes to news. And then without any further ado, let's get onto the chart to see exactly what the charts are telling us. So right now I do have a trade on. You remember that trade I called yesterday? I told you guys that if price actually beats this level, I'll wait for an inversion fairly gap to form on the 5-minute time frame. So it formed right there, and then I was able to enter into this trade. So it is still on. I'm still in that trade. So basically that is it right there. So now what kind of strategy do I trade, or what's the strategy exactly? Now it is a very, very simple strategy, guys. A strategy that bases off the previous day's price action. So it's from the previous day that I'm able to determine exactly where price is going to be moving on the next day. So what does it exactly entail? Now, from that previous day, I like to look out for what I call areas of interest. Now, an area of interest can either be maybe an order block, this can be a fair value gap, or this might be maybe an equal high or equal low. So these are areas of interest I like to look out for, or these are areas of interest I look at to be able to determine exactly where price might go on the next day. Now, when it comes to these areas of interest, number one, I like to so with all these, so what price usually ends up doing is that on the next day it taps back into these areas of interest to collect or get any kind of liquidity that might be resting around these levels. Then once it has gotten those then any kind of liquidity there, then this is when price actually moves in the opposite direction. So this kind of scenario keeps happening over and over and over. So you can take advantage of it simply by learning exactly how to trade this particular strategy. I'm telling you, by the end of this particular live stream, you will be able to determine direction of the day all by yourself. So all you need to do then is maybe go back test this particular strategy and make it your very own, because this is how you conquer the market. This is how you conquer fear, to be able to have some confidence in the strategy and trade it all by yourself. So exactly this is what I do when it comes to determining direction of the day. We can see from yesterday price was bearish. Then as we were approaching the New York session, this is when price changed, delivery, and then it started going bullish. So basically, I'm still in that trade. Now, someone might be asking, why isn't he targeting this particular order block right there? For me, I'm not a greedy bastard, because so many guys there, they are so greedy. They tend to want it all. And guess what? When you want it all, you end up with nothing. So basically, you can see this is a nice 1 to 4, and it's what I'm targeting. All I'm targeting is a 1 to 4, and this is how I trade. This is how I've traded for a very, very long time, guys. So I'm still in this trade. So from the previous day, what do we have? We have bearish price action right there, and then price change delivery. So from the previous day, what are the key levels that we are looking out for? Now, price formed its low of the day at this particular level right here at 1.07613. That was the low of the day. So do we have any areas of area of interest when it comes to this lower side? Remember, an area of interest can be an equal high, equal low, or it can be a fair value gap or an order block. So do we have any of those from yesterday's price action? Yes, we do have an area of interest, which is this fair value gap right here. So what I would do is zoom in into this so that I clearly mark out this level right here. There's this level. So I've just done that right there. I've just marked it out. So so what do I expect, or what would I expect for price to do? So what I would expect is for price to come actually, tap into this fair value gap. Once it has tapped into it, price continues. So this is scenario number 1. I would expect price to come tap into this fair value gap. Then once it has tapped into it, it continues to the upside. So that's scenario number 1 that I expect to happen. But if this doesn't happen, then the other thing I would expect for price to do is basically come. Let me try and see this measurement right here. Let me try and see this. Okay, so the other scenario I expect to happen is for price to come, at least go up to this level, and then once it has gotten to this level, then I would expect price to make a reversal to the downside. But as well, let me see this measurement right here. Let me try and see this. Okay, so actually this is not even enough. So I would expect price to continue all the way up here. So this is what I would expect price to do. So I expect price to go all the way up. So once price has, so I expect it to continue all the way up, which is obviously a longer shot. So this is something I mean. I would expect price to go all the way up. It takes out any of the liquidity resting above there. Once it has done that, then it reverses in this other opposite direction. But this is obviously a longer shot. Price might not move all the way there, but being a news day, we do have PMI today. Most likely it might go all the way there, and then it reverses in the opposite direction. So basically, if you are trading, if you're someone looking for where or the key levels that you should be looking at, it's definitely these levels that I've just showed you right there. So for me, when it comes to analysis, you can see I've done this on the 1 hour time frame. But when it comes to execution, I like to go to the 5-minute time frame, and this is where I execute from. So on the 5-minute time frame, all I look out for is what I call an inversion fair value gap. Once this forms, and I've seen it form in the market, this is when I execute. This is when I make my entry. Now, you might be there and you do not know exactly what an inversion fair value gap is. Now, an inversion fair value gap, this is when price overlaps a previously existing fair value gap. When price closes a previously existing fair value gap, this is what we call an inversion fair value gap. So once I see this form on the 5-minute time frame, boom, I'm striking right there and then. So exactly This is how I do it. This is how I've done it for the longest time. And I'm telling you, it's a clear signal for entry. So exactly this is what I'll be looking at for today. This is what I'm going to be looking out for in the market. Then when it comes to my stop, I use 10 pips as my stop loss, and the take profit, I use 30 pips as my take profit. But as I always tell you, I like to squeeze this to a 1 to 4 to be able to make some extra profits from the market. So this is it. This is how I'm going to be looking at the market today. In case you do have any questions, you can head over to the comment section and let me know about any question that you might be having for me. And guys, remember, as you are trading, do not over risk on your trades. Don't over leverage. Don't do anything stupid, guys. Try and stay within your risk parameters. Don't do anything stupid. Try and stay within your risk parameters. This way, it will enable you stay grounded. It will enable you, become profitable, or become that profitable trader that you've always wanted to be. So thank you so much for watching me today. Thank you so much for staying with me on this live stream today. I'll be catching you tomorrow, same time, right here on the channel. Thank you. Have a great day.